What's up, guys? It's Wifey.
It's Pisto.
And this is Platinum Charm Podcast.
Throws it off every time. We're talking Bachelor Season 28, Week 6, which is Joey's season.
Yeah, and this week was a little bit different of a vibe than it's been all season. It was kind of raw. Joey really started to kind of show some vulnerability and a little bit of concern for kind of being stood up, essentially. And it was a little sad.
Until this point, he's been very confident and strong. And whenever they got to wherever they moved to this week, they've been going to some interesting locations.
Canada.
It is Canada. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's Montreal.
Yeah.
He immediately kind of showed some concern, like just some emotional. What do you want to say? Yeah, it's just kind of weighing him down a little bit, the emotional pressure of this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, Mariah. Is it Mariah?
No, Maria.
Maria. Got a lot of names.
We've got Mariah and Maria happening right now.
Maria got a one-on-one and did a fantastic job.
Oh, it was cute.
It was cute, and they had just a good day and some playful banter, and just was awesome. But the part in the car.
I love their limo scene whenever she just smacks the shit out of him. It was so good.
I like when she says, "Say,
I love you,"
blah 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 blah, in French or whatever. He says it, and she goes, "Ah, merci." Say it again. And he says it again, and she goes, "Ah, merci." Super funny. She really let her playful side kind of shine through, which is really nice to see with all of this drama that the girls have been stuck on.
Yeah.
So.
But those two,
they click pretty good.
I love those two. He's a little bit quiet and reserved, and she is, unapologetically herself. But I think she's also very calm and a little bit reserved herself. But I love her confidence. I love her execution. I love how she goes after what she wants. She stays focused on what she wants. And for the last several weeks, the girls have been fixated on her, and she's had her eyes on Joey. And I love that.
Yeah. She's been pretty impressive so far on the season. So shout out to her. Leia and
Jess
got sent home. Is it Jess?
Oh, yeah. It was Jess. The one that says, "I am falling so."
Oh, yeah.
So in love with
poor
you.
Jess. She's been an emotional mess kind of leading up to her kind of time with him. She got her shot with him, and she kind of just threw a Hail Mary, in my opinion, if you think about it, right? Because she hasn't had that much time with him, and she's just like, "I'm falling for you," and it wasn't reciprocated, and she got sent home, which is fine.
But he also was very nice, and he came back and he said, "This right here is exactly what I'm scared of, is being very in love or falling in love with someone and that not being reciprocated." And that's got to be very scary.
Yeah. He's been very tasteful and has done a fantastic job as Bachelor. Shout out to him. And if people, think these kind of seasons are boring, I prefer this kind of a season because he's setting a really good example, and he's really handling himself like a gentleman. He's when he's with someone, he's very tuned into that someone. He's, listening, attentive. Yeah, he's doing a great job. So
I feel like the whole vibe of Bachelor, Bachelorette, all of that world has changed since Jesse took over.
100%. Jesse Palmer is an amazing host and doing a fantastic job. I don't know if he's the one behind the ideas, but whatever team is working right now is working very well right now.
I just want to say I want more bloopers.
The bloopers are funny. Yeah.
I want more Jesse Palmer.
Oh, Jesse's awesome. He's hilarious.
I want his poolside.
How were you impressed with his French?
Yeah.
He did good.
He's Canadian.
He doesn't act or seem like a Canadian. He's not out of there. He's not sitting on stage drinking maple syrup out of a little tiny wee.
I don't think that's what
Magnifico. They do. That's not what they do, but it's hilarious. More maple syrup, sir. More. Do we have any more maple syrup?
Diabetes has got to run heavy there. No more maple syrup.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Jesse Palmer's been doing a great job as a host.
Absolutely.
Joey's been doing a great job as Bachelor.
Yeah.
So Jess got sent home. Leia got sent home. by
Lexi went home.
Lexi sent herself home.
Yeah.
And a little bit disappointing that she didn't give herself a chance or give the situation a chance. She went to Joe. Let's see, they're on a one-on-one, right?
So they went on a one-on-one a couple weeks ago, and she had shared with him that she has a medical condition called endometriosis. And that condition can make it hard for her to have children. And she's not old, but in women's years, you have until you're about 34, 35, 36 that you are then considered a geriatric mother. And your eggs are getting older. So there's a lot of health conditions that can come with that. So, like, you have a higher risk for having a Down syndrome baby. You have higher risk for having complications. You have higher risk for having like high blood pressure and all the complications that come with preeclampsia. So I can understand where she is in a soft panic because she asked Joey. She asked him point blank, "What do you see your like engagement,
Your timeline.
your timeline?"
And I respect her for doing that. It's actually super
Yeah,
important that she does. I don't like that she just took his answer and didn't share hers back
yeah,
because it kind of set him up for failure a little bit. He
yeah.
had one potential right answer with her. And he did say in the very beginning, he was like, this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm not saying that this is a hard answer. It has to be this way. This is open for change. He was very clear, which was like really smart of him to do that,
Hmm.
but it wasn't enough for her.
I think she kind of was already in her head. And I think that it was probably a very difficult decision for her to make. But I also think that she is worried about disappointing people in the future, about not being able to provide that. But, you know, family doesn't always include children. And finding your
Does
spouse
not
that
have to.
it doesn't have to.
Yep. You
But
can have a pet. You can have just each other. You can have whatever. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
absolutely. But as a woman, we are kind of programmed at a young age to like get married, have kids, like hurry up and do this parenting thing. And that's just not how life goes for everybody.
I I would just like to say, any woman out there that's dealing with this type of a situation, you are not broken. There is someone that will want to be with you
Mm-hmm.
and accept you for how you are, and that someone could be someone who previously thought that they had to have kids. Um, you know, everyone's picture is not all the same picture,
Yeah.
and you are not broken or unwantable if whatever happened, that's not in your cards. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to be upfront and honest and just say, if that doesn't work for you, let's not waste each other's time. I'm going to go invest my time into something that could actually potentially work for me. But tying it back to Bachelor, I don't think that she gave Joey a fair shot with that information.
Yeah.
I think she should have said, hey, thank you for telling me where you're at. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
I have this thing I talked to you about, which makes me feel a little bit pressured as far as time is concerned. And he probably would have been very receptive to that
Well,
information.
he did when she went to tell him that she was leaving. He did, try to tell her that he whenever he gave her that blanket answer, it was with this is what his vision of what it looked like before, just as a blanket, not necessarily as a situation basis. And I feel like she had her mindset. And, um, hugs to you, Lexi, for the things that you go through. Um, Amazing things happen. And God works miracles. And speaking from someone who went through infertility stuff, it happens when it's going to happen. And it's beautiful in its own way. And letting go of control of everything can be the perfect answer. And that's hard to hear. And it's hard to wrap your head around because as women, we're control freaks. And it's like, I just have to try harder. That's not the thing. That's not always the case. So
let's softly
gentle.
dive into this a little bit if you're interested. We've had this conversation a few times where, and it's because of friends around us, they get this idea that, you know, they want to have kids, they want to start a family. As far as like adding children to your family, you are a family when you were married together, like, you know,
or if it's you and your dog.
Yeah, that's a family. That's a family. Our dogs are a part of our
family.
That we treat them like our children.
They are in our pictures.
They are a part of our family. But, you know, they get this idea they want to start a family, blah, 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 blah. They start trying and they get discouraged pretty quickly when it's not going according to plan. And I've had to tell a few people in my life that, you know, my personal opinion is it's going to happen when it's going to happen. Things got to just line up just right. It's not necessarily something you're doing wrong or that someone else is doing wrong or that someone is broken or someone else is broken. It's just, you know, my personal opinion is it works when it works. And if you're trying, just be trying. As hard as that sounds, to just
have fun.
As hard as that sounds to just kind of like be like, you want the results, just go from a not trying stage to a trying stage and just stop right there. Don't read into it not working. Don't read into who's got a problem. Don't read into starting into blood work and like all of these things and infertility and all those kind of things. And it's easy for me to say, but if you're just in a trying stage, you will relieve a lot of pressure off yourself and stress off yourself, which could be a part of the reason why it's not working for you. I'm sorry. Am I wrong?
No.
So just be in a trying stage.
Stress is toxic.
Give it some time.
To the body.
Like give it some time. Plan on like maybe like a year of trying stage or something. I don't know the exact time frame, right? But not like a couple of months of trying stage. Like give it some time. What are you laughing at?
I swear he should go to nursing school.
We're gonna try. We're trying. That's it. Done right there. And just be trying. And if after a good amount of trying, 6 months, a year, I don't know what you know, start looking into something if that's where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So tying that back to, I don't know, do you have any thoughts on that? Tying that back to Lexi, you know, you may feel like every man wants to have a woman that will give him children. I'm just saying what the typical lingo is. This is not how I feel, right? A woman giving a man a child. That's not how I feel about it. But you're not broken, and not every man desires that. And some man may find you, fall in love with you, who wanted kids, and be like, you know what, I'm okay. Which brings me back to Joey. He's dealing with a lot, trying to manage this situation. She asked him that question, and he probably was just like, you know, this is the safe answer. But I don't know a lot of people that want a 2-year engagement.
But there's so much more to add to that of like, you know, there's a lot. I mean, there's other options there, and most people have not exhausted those options before they've tried. The rate of IVF and needing a surrogate because so many people can't carry children is very, very, very small. In retrospect of how many people are able to conceive naturally versus some assisted help. It's really amazing. But it's hard to not get wrapped up in, well, I should just naturally be able to do this and I'm broken. But there's so many options that you can have your own children, but there's also a lot of kids that need to be loved in this world.
This is true.
Just
don't count yourself. No. Don't count yourself out, and just, you know, be honest about what's happening and just say, I'm willing to try. Yeah. But I want you to be aware that, you know, it may not work out for me, but don't assume that it's not going to work out for you. And don't assume that someone's not going to love you anyways. And don't assume, and back to Bachelor, that Joey wasn't going to change his mind for you, because if he loved you, I think that he absolutely would. He's a gentleman. And he said, when she left, she set him this up. Was a woman that I could see as my wife. She didn't give him a fair chance. Like she should have said, okay, thank you for telling me where you're at. This is where I'm at, right? Because of this. And I guarantee you he would have factored that in.
Absolutely.
I don't think, especially being a bachelor, a 2-year engagement, you're going to get engaged. People are going to want to see your wedding. Like, it's not going to be a 2-year engagement. You think? I doubt it.
No, and
You
I
go through
don't.
this whole process and find your partner, and you're going to do a 2-year engagement?
It can't be the same as like when you were in high school, early college, of dating for several years, then being engaged, then planning your wedding, then getting married. Like I say this more times than I want to admit to. If you want to be with somebody, you will be with somebody. Two people can make it work if they really both want to be on the same page. And there's a reason why arranged marriages in many countries and many cultures have worked. And those two people, they didn't know each other
Or choose each other.
or choose each other. So if you have a desire to be with somebody, quit bailing on them the minute that shit gets hard.
Facts.
So
Realize what you signed up for, because it's, two different people who have two different views, who live two different lives, trying to live all together all the time at one time. That's not easy.
no, it's not.
It's not easy.
But it's doable.
But it is doable, depending on how bad you want it. So, Lexi, I hope that you can find some confidence and strength in your, I'm going to quote unquote, situation. But to me, and I'm sure there's other people out there that think the same as me, you're not broken. And not every single person has to have that. And you could find someone who thinks that they want that, finds love with you, and is okay with a different picture.
Or that it just happens. Like, you're beautiful, and I'm sorry that you had a jerk of a boyfriend that put that in the middle of your relationship, because that is very hard. And when you need that support and you're established with somebody that, if you were to have had children, then it would have just been all great. But now that convenience factor wasn't there and it got a little muddy and got a little hard, oh, let me dip out. That's your first check mark that wasn't going to be the one anyways. So you lost that one in the sea. Go find the one that truly loves you and wants to be there with you.
Thoughts on this? So I think some people, just tell me your opinion on this, right? If you're trying not to have a baby, it seems like you have to be extremely careful, right? Then, so you have this frame of mind, right? We got to be super careful because it's easy to get pregnant.
Right.
Then you start trying to have a baby and you're not getting pregnant. And I think that this switch is what's causing this, something's got to be wrong moment.
That's a really good point. But there's a very, very small window where you can actually get pregnant when the stars align just right.
We're talking like a peephole on a submarine,
yeah, the one window on the Titanic submarine. The one window that
survived.
You're going
I'm sorry.
to hell.
I am sorry.
You're going to hell.
Whatever. Worth it. God's gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna say, but it was a good joke, right? Hit it. Hit it. I just feel like, that's what causes this freak out, is because we got to be careful. We got to be careful. We got to be careful because this could happen. This could happen. Okay, now we're trying. This should happen, and it doesn't happen. But my 2 cents from someone who has, not a medical background, just go to a trying stage. Give that some time before you freak out.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself don't assume for somebody else that whatever's going on with you isn't going to work for somebody. Yeah. Because it could. So that's
Absolutely. How I feel. We're down to 6 girls. 6 girls?
Wowza.
It is
yeah, this is a fast season.
Yeah.
Who's your top 3 right now?
Jen, Maria.
Jen? Which one's Jen?
The cute little Asian girl.
We like Jen. Yeah, Jen. Maria.
And excuse me for the way that I give him the door handle to know which person I'm talking about. I mean it in the nicest way possible.
She knows how to communicate with me. It's a fact. We like Jen.
I don't mean it to be offensive to anybody.
Or if you get offended, sorry.
Jen and Maria.
And?
No.
That's it.
That's it. That's my either or.
I like Jen and Maria as well. So if it comes down to it, who do you think? Okay, who do you want him to take, and who do you think that he takes?
I want him to take Maria, and I think that he takes Maria.
Okay.
Those two, they just vibe. And I feel like they're both mentally ready to be in a serious relationship and to grow to have, a lifelong strong relationship together. I think Jen is really great.
Jen is great.
I think she is a very beautiful person. I think she's a little young. She's got a whole lot of school ahead of her. PA school is not going to be a joke. That's if she goes into that. But if she doesn't go into it and then she wants to go into it later, she may regret not going into it. So that causes all kinds of issues. I don't know if those two are really in the same chapter right now.
She actually really surprised us.
Yeah,
when she kind of started like opening up and showing her side, and he really does.
She's cute.
He really does like her, and we do like Jen a lot. So if for some reason, he doesn't end up picking Jen, go to Paradise. We'd love to see you in Paradise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go to Paradise.
Absolutely.
So okay, I'm with you on Maria and Maria. I would like to see him pick Maria. I think that he picks Maria.
I think Daisy's out.
Who is going to be Bachelorette? Early pick.
Oh. Kelsey.
Which one's Kelsey?
The black Kelsey.
The actress?
Yes.
Oh. I could do Kelsey.
Yes.
I could go with that for Bachelorette.
Yes.
She carries herself well. She's very smart.
I could also
I like Kelsey.
I could see her and Joey also.
Their connection isn't there.
Their one-on-one was very cute.
It's nothing against her or what she brings to the table.
No.
It's just if you're reading the vibe, right? The vibe is stronger with Maria and Jen.
I think those are the top three. I would love to see Kelsey as Bachelorette, though.
She'd be awesome.
I think.
Or if for whatever reason Maria doesn't get it, please, Bachelorette.
I don't know if Maria would feel internally.
You don't want to see her be Bachelorette?
I want to see her be the wife to Joey. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see her as Bachelorette.
Well, she's going to be. That's our pick.
Yeah. But I don't know if she would do it because I feel like it kind of conflicts with her internal, meter.
I could see it. See it.
Yeah. The other Kelsey, it's from Louisiana, New Orleans. You know what I'm talking about? One with the really big, beautiful hair. Don't make me do it.
Don't do it then. Which one? Give me more.
I think she was in pageants. She lost her mom.
There's two Kelseys on this season?
There is. I think it's Kelsey A is Black Kelsey and Kelsey M. Do the images. That Kelsey.
What about her?
She's also still a contender, and they have a pretty good vibe together.
I could see them pushing her for Bachelorette too.
I think she's too young.
She wouldn't be my top pick.
She's only 25.
She wouldn't be my top pick for that.
I think that Kelsey T.
But she has the look. She has the Bachelorette look. Yes, she does.
I think Kelsey T she's beautiful. I think she's cute, and I think she's got it going on. I think she's ready for love. I think her and Joey both want it. I think they have a great bond, but I think him and Maria are stronger. Yeah, I think Daisy leaves. And I think hometowns are Kelsey, Maria,
Jen,
and the ICU nurse, Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
What about her? I think she's out.
She really likes Joey.
She was really ugly this week.
been an interesting season with the women.
Yeah.
Because Leia, she was all fun and whatever when she first came on, and she completely flipped before she left. Interesting. So
And Jess kind of got nicer as this season kind of went on. Like she started off.
the women dynamic has been interesting.
Yeah.
It's been interesting. So
Yeah. So this next week will be really fun to kind of see how some of that plays out. I am really loving this season.
it's awesome.
He's been really good. I think the ladies have been, you have a really good and you have really drama.
We haven't been disappointed with the season since Jesse took over.
No.
Straight up.
Yeah. It's
So
been great.
it's been great.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Who's your guys' top pick? Who's your guys' number one? And who is your number one to go home? What are your thoughts on the next Bachelorette? Do you think that they bring a golden Bachelorette?
Kelsey's got the look.
Kelsey is beautiful.
Kelsey T has
I think
the
she's
look.
too young. What's your guys'
this
thought
Kelsey.
on that?
Kelsey T, she
Kelsey
has the
T.
look.
She's cute.
She's
a beautiful, beautiful girl. What do you guys think about hometowns? Just give us your feedback. Like, how you feeling on, Bachelor Nation?
I think that they'll do a golden Bachelorette running alongside another season again. It'll be its own separate.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And it'll be awesome to watch.
I'm excited, but do you think it's one of the older girls? You think it's one of the old girls?
Oh boy.
I want it to be.
I know who you want it to be.
Who?
What's her name with the short hair?
He knows. He knows. She's the mama of the group, the pastor.
She's a pastor?
She is
the big smiley one with the short hair, right?
She is an ordained minister, not a pastor. God. She's an ordained minister.
She's an ordained golden Bachelorette is what she
is. She would be so much fun.
All right, guys. We're wrapping this one up. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.